Hello and a very good morning. You're watching First Up here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, and this Monday our focus is on the situation in Hyderabad. No end in sight, unfortunately, to the rain woes, as a yellow alert has now been issued for the state of Telangana. The MeT department has predicted heavy rainfall in isolated places. For tomorrow, the MeT department has issued an orange alert in South Telangana districts as heavy to very heavy rain is likely to occur. While the state battles its worst rainfall in years, politics has also broken out over the crisis. A huge row has erupted after an AIMIM leader blocked Congress leader Shabir Ali from visiting flood victims. This was near Chadarghat Musi River area. Now, this is one of the worst affected areas due to the deluge. Fuming Congress then lashed out at Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, accusing him of being missing in action. It also demanded that Telangana government constitute a high-level committee to evaluate the extent of damage to properties caused due to the rain fury.
अल्लाह के रसूल सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के हदीस पे चलते हुए हमसे जो बना है हम वो तकसीम करने के लिए हम आए, लेकिन यहाँ पर जो गुंडागर्दी देखे हमने अखबारों में सुन रहे थे। इलियास शमशी को मारा गया, वहाँ पर हाफिज बाबा नगर पे गौस साहब के ऊपर, और वहाँ पे यानी एमआईएम का जो एरिया के अंदर कोई नहीं आना, ना खुद बांटते चौराहे और ना दूसरों को बांटने नहीं दे रहे। ये कौन सा इंसाफ है? ये कौन सा जुल्म है? वो तो मर रही है। अब एक औरत आके बोल रही है मेरा बच्चा, मेरा पोतरा, क्या खाना कौन साहब? अरे उनके आंसू नहीं दिख रहे तुम लोगों को?
And there's no respite for Hyderabad as the MeT department has predicted heavy to very heavy rains ahead. This as a second bout of rains on Saturday night left low-lying areas of the city completely inundated. Here's a ground report.
Hyderabad woke up to a trail of destruction on Sunday morning after incessant heavy rainfall. Surging water turned Hyderabad streets into streams, completely submerging ground floors. Hyderabad's Baba Nagar was one of the worst hit, with large reservoirs overflowing due to heavy downpour. The ravaging water washed away several vehicles and damaged houses, forcing thousands to seek refuge in safe places and relief camps.
We are at Baba Nagar area, and yesterday evening rain completely submerged this entire lane, and you can see now debris over this car. So water level was up to this height, almost 6 feet height. Water level completely inundated this residential area. Now sun is out, water has receded, relief and rescue efforts are on, cleanings are on. So this is the situation of this entire stretch. It has several houses, and all these houses were inundated yesterday.
रात को जैसे तालाब टूटते यहाँ पर भाई क्या ऑटो और भी बहुत सारे गाड़ियाँ हैं, और मेरे घर में जैसे पूरा पानी भरा हुआ है, अभी 3 कमरों में पानी भरा हुआ है.
Till first floor there was a water, and the flow of water was very heavy over the night, and we was waken till morning, and we didn't sleep yet. Huge water flow was there, and the people has been rescued a lot.
Heavy downpour damaged roads, trapping several vehicles. Large parts of the city witness traffic snarls due to waterlogging. The caved-in roads only added to the misery of commuters. The authorities oversaw relief and rescue work.
यहाँ तक पूरा पानी रात में 1:30-2 बजे के टाइम पे जो है पूरा पानी यहाँ पर होमनी ऑटोस पूरा पानी भरे हुआ था सब. कल रात में आए थे जीएचएमसी काउंसलर वगैरह आए थे, उन लोगों ने बहुत मदद करे आके यहाँ पर पब्लिक.
The MeT department predicts heavy and very heavy rains with orange alert sounded for Monday.
Administration is putting its effort to ensure speedy relief to locals and residents, but now more rainfall warning is a big worry for administration, for locals also. With camera person Damodar, Ashish in Hyderabad for India Today.
The Narcotics Control Bureau has made a high-profile arrest in the Bollywood drug case. An African national named Ajisi Laos Dimitriades has been arrested for peddling drugs. Tablets of hashish and anti-anxiety drug alprazolam were seized from him. Now, the arrested accused is the brother of Gabriela Dimitriades, who is Bollywood actor Arjun Rampal's live-in partner. Dimitriades is the 23rd arrest made in the drug case, which sprang out of the probe into the death of actor Sushant Singh Rajput. The NCB had previously arrested actor Riya Chakrabarti, her brother Shobik. While Riya is out on bail, Shobik is still in jail. The agency had also quizzed A-list actors such as Deepika Padukone, Sara Ali Khan, Shraddha Kapoor in connection with drug consumption as well as peddling. Meanwhile, let's also get you details of how Congress leader Shashi Tharoor attacked the Modi government over COVID response, and now you've got Congress President Sonia Gandhi also slamming Prime Minister Narendra Modi over the rising coronavirus cases in the country. Attacking the Prime Minister, Sonia said that India's democracy is going through difficult times. She stated that Prime Minister Modi has left the country to deal with COVID-19 on its own. The veteran Congress leader alleged that the government doesn't have an action plan and a vision to combat the contagious virus. Sonia also alleged that farmers and labourers are suffering in the Modi regime. Sonia's attack comes a day after Shashi Tharoor, while addressing a virtual Lahore Think Fest, attacked the Modi government. The Congress MP said that the government hadn't managed the COVID situation well.
आज देश का लोकतंत्र सबसे कठिन दौर से गुजर रहा। देश में पीड़ित परिवारों की आवाज को दबाया जा रहा है। ये कौन सा राजधर्म है? मगर देश पर आए इन चुनौतियों का सामना करने का नाम ही कांग्रेस संगठन। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि आप सब अनुभवी साथी इस कठिन समय में कठोर मेहनत करके देश पर आए इस संकट का मुकाबला करेंगे और मोदी भाजपा सरकार के इन लोकतंत्र और देश विरोधी मंसूबों को कामयाब नहीं होने देंगे।
And let's also get you details of the controversy that played out over Congress MP Shashi Tharoor's comments. He criticised Prime Minister Modi's COVID fight while speaking at the virtual Lahore Think event. The BJP hit out at Tharoor, asking why the Congress leader mocked India at a Pakistani event.
It's paradoxical that the government in India is not doing well, and people realize they're not doing well.
Congress MP Shashi Tharoor speaking at a virtual Lahore Think Fest, attacking the Modi government's COVID fight on a Pakistan platform.
Paradoxical that the government in India is not doing well, and people realize they're not doing well in terms of managing COVID.
Even questioning India visit of US President Donald Trump this February.
The Congress leader Rahul Gandhi had mentioned as early as February that COVID had to be taken more serious and the government was taking it, and that preventive measures had to be put in place immediately. Whereas the government was not only complacent, the following month they invited President Trump for a grand reception. All of the stuff that you're not supposed to do if you want to prevent contagion.
The BJP hit back at the Kerala MP, defending Modi government's COVID response and calling Tharoor's word a smear campaign against India on a Pakistani podium.
हिंदुस्तान ने नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में किस प्रकार से अपने आप को सुरक्षित रखा, किस प्रकार से हाईएस्ट रिकवरी एंड लोएस्ट मोर्टेलिटी अगर कोविड को लेकर पूरे विश्व में है तो वो हिंदुस्तान में है, उसके बावजूद इस प्रकार का स्टेटमेंट देना कि इंडियन गवर्नमेंट हैज फेल्ड, वह भी लाहौर में। आप सोचिए किस प्रकार की मनस्थिति कांग्रेस पार्टी और राहुल गांधी जी के अनन्य मित्र शशि थरूर जी की है। Since he's probably planning to contest election from some place in Pakistan, probably Lahore, because the debut rally was in Lahore. So we would henceforth call Rahul Gandhi as Rahul Lahori.
The Congress MP even alleged religious persecution of Muslims in the garb of pandemic fight. evoking strong reaction from the BJP.
Puritan Islamic sect, the Tablighi Jamaat, had held a major gathering just before the first lockdown in India, whose attendees spread the infection to many states when they returned home. And this was used to justify open bigotry and discrimination against Muslims.
शशि थरूर जी, राहुल गांधी जी, एक बार भी आप लोगों ने पाकिस्तान के किसी भी मंच पर यह कहा, पाकिस्तान से पूछने की हिम्मत की कि पाकिस्तान किस प्रकार से कट्टरता दिखाता है?
The Congress came out in support of Tharoor, accusing the BJP of using Pakistan to hide its failure.
The strategy of the BJP party always to resort to the whipping boy Pakistan, Pakistan, Pakistan. Only to hoodwink the common people from the stark reality.
Significantly a large number of people get the infection, don't show any symptoms.
Pakistan may not be the best example to give by Shashi Tharoor on a global platform, but he set the ball rolling. One is that India's fight against COVID-19 has had brickbats and bouquets both on social media as well as global media platforms. But what Shashi Tharoor has done has drawn ire from the BJP. This has now degenerated the entire debate into pure politics, as many would put it. With camera person Vakar, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Delhi for India Today.
After over a 6-month-long gap due to the COVID pandemic, the Mumbai Metro is all set to resume operations from today. Trains will ply in the east-west zone connecting Versova and Ghatkopar. SOPs for passengers will include thermal screening on entry, social distancing and the use of face masks at all times, whether in trains or on the platform. Now, adding to COVID protocols, alternate seating arrangements have been made inside the coaches. Floor stickers have also been placed for standing commuters. Train services will operate from 8:30 in the morning till 8:30 in the evening. Only asymptomatic passengers will be allowed to board the train. This comes a day after Mumbai Monorail also resumed its operations on Sunday as part of the Unlock 5.0 guidelines. Schools will also be reopening after 7 months in 3 states. It's in Uttar Pradesh, Punjab as well as Sikkim. The Education Ministry has issued a list of guidelines for the reopening of schools, institutions and also all sorts of educational groups to ensure social distancing among students and teachers. The schools have been asked to carry out multiple sanitization drives. In addition to that, physical attendance of students cannot be made mandatory and preference should be given to e-learning methods. Those attending classes will need to have consent from their parents for their attendance. As of now, the schools will function in a graded manner to avoid overcrowding in the premises. This move comes after the centre gave liberty to states to decide on the reopening of schools under Unlock 5.0. Let's move on to another story this morning. 3 days after the Balia shootout, the main accused, BJP worker Dhirendra Singh, has been arrested from Lucknow by the Uttar Pradesh Special Task Force. Amid this, the victim's family has also sought strict punishment. The accused family claims that their side of the story is not being heard. We round up all the updates in this report.
3 days after shootout at Uttar Pradesh's Balia, the main accused, Dhirendra Singh, a BJP worker, was finally arrested. A team of UP Special Task Force nabbed him near a park in Lucknow early on Sunday. 2 other accused, Santosh Yadav and Amarjeet Yadav, were also arrested along with arms.
STF इसके पीछे घटना के बाद से ही लगी हुई थी और इसके बारे में अभिसूचना संकलन कर रही थी. पूर्व में इसके बिहार में होने की जानकारी प्राप्त हुई थी. आज सटीक सूचना पर, सटीक मुखबिरी पर लखनऊ से इसे एसटीएफ ने गिरफ्तार कर लिया है.
According to STF sources, the prime accused was hiding in Lucknow and had contacted several BJP leaders for help. Family of victim Jai Prakash Pal, who was gunned down in the shootout, pleaded for death penalty for the crime.
हत्यारोपी है तो गिरफ्तार हो गया तो थोड़ी सी हम लोगों को शांति मिली है, लेकिन इसके साथ हम ये भी चाहते हैं कि उसको सख्त से सख्त सज़ा मिले, उसे फांसी की सज़ा मिले और हमारे परिवार को पूरी सुरक्षा मिले प्रशासन के द्वारा, ताकि ये हादसा फिर दोबारा न हो।
India Today spoke exclusively to suspended sub-inspector Sadanand Yadav, who explained how the main accused had managed to give cops the slip.
हम पुलिस फोर्स जो है इस तरफ आकर के भीड़ को इधर-उधर हटाना शुरू कर दिया तथा मजबूर घायल व्यक्ति को रामापाल को गाड़ी से अस्पताल ले जाया। इसी दौरान आरोपी डब्लू धीरेन्द्र सिंह के पक्ष से 1200 आदमी आए और तीनों सिपाही से धक्का मुक्की करके डब्लू धीरेन्द्र सिंह को छुड़ा ले।
The BJP meanwhile summoned its MLA Surendra Singh, who had backed the shooter, one of its aides.
लोग जो मुकदमे में फंसाने की बात कर रहे हैं, चाहे विधायक जी उनके तरफ से, हत्यारे के तरफ से एकदम बिल्कुल खड़े हैं और हम लोगों को ये भी सुनने में आ रहा है कि तरह तरह के मुकदमे में फंसाना चाहते हैं।
Accused Dhirendra Singh claims innocence, but has been booked for murder, criminal intimidation, rioting and keeping deadly weapon.
हम केवल यही कहना चाहते हैं कि हमें न्याय मिलना चाहिए, हमारे पक्ष को भी रखने का एक अवसर मिलना चाहिए, हमारा मुकदमा दर्ज होना चाहिए। ना आज तक हमारे तरफ से कोई पक्ष रखा गया, ना हमारा कोई मुकदमा दर्ज किया गया।
The arrest of main accused has finally been made in Lucknow by STF. This case has raised a lot of questions, not only on the local administration, but also on the top officials about the kind of treatment given to this case and why the main accused was absconding from past 3 days and why it took so long for him to be behind the bars. With cameraman Sanjay Singh, Abhishek Mishra reporting from Balia, Durjanpur Gaon, India Today.
Kings 11 Punjab had to play out of their skin to pull off one of the most incredible victories against Mumbai Indians in a match that was eventually decided after 2 super overs. Both the teams were tied at 176, following which Mumbai Indians could not score 6 to win, which meant the match went into the second super over. Mumbai Indians scored 11 in the second over, but Chris Gayle struck a 6 off the very first ball to set the match, and Mayank Agarwal's boundary of Trent Bolt sealed the deal for Kings 11 Punjab, which registered their 3rd win from 9 games. Lockie Ferguson's bowling proved to be a thorn in the flesh for Sunrisers as Kolkata Knight Riders registered a win in the super over to take their tally of victories to 5. After scores were tied at 167 in the regulation period, in which Ferguson took 3 wickets, the Kiwi came up with another exceptional bowling performance in the super over. Ferguson dismissed Warner and Samad in the first 3 balls itself to set Knight Riders a target of just 3 runs, which Kolkata knocked off with ease. Chennai Super Kings and Rajasthan Royals, both languishing among the bottom 3 teams in the IPL, will square off in what will be a must-win game for both if they are to somehow keep their playoff hopes alive. Both teams come into the match on the back of disappointing losses, but Chennai will have an uphill task at hand and would be sweating over the fitness of all-rounder Dwayne Bravo. Both Chennai and Rajasthan have won 3 matches each from 9 games and are slowly drifting away from that playoff race. This crucial encounter begins at 7:30 p.m. in Abu Dhabi with everything to play for.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.